I just got the guidance to get on here, record a podcast episode in my pajamas before I get ready to unwind. It's not going to be filtered or anything like that. I'm just going to full on say what's on my heart. And what's on my heart is that when you are asking for big manifestations, let's just use your soulmate, for example. Let's say you are wanting to attract your soulmate. When you declare this, there will be tests. And tests don't come up to punish you and because you're bad. Tests come up to make sure you're sturdy and that you're strong and that you're good and you can handle and you can hold the manifestation as well as the duality, the flip side of the manifestation. So potential heartbreak, knowing you could hold that, potential cheating, you could hold that. Just knowing that you could handle all aspects of whatever it is you're asking for. Because if there's a part of you that's afraid, say, of cheating or abandonment or betrayal, it's going to be really hard to call in that big, big, big love, because if you're too afraid of the flip side, you will never allow yourself to fully go there and experience the big if you're not willing to experience the small. I'm not saying you have to go feel and experience all that, but you got to either do your work around that or start working on, releasing your fears around what potentially could happen. Because that's one of the reasons why we block our manifestations, if you will, is that we are afraid of the result. We don't feel worthy of the result. We don't feel like we could handle the result. And we're afraid if we lose the result. This is what I've discovered after working with hundreds of clients now, is that the clients of mine where they're in cycles and patterns of procrastination and avoiding, and they know what to do, but they're not doing it, it absolutely every single time is an issue with the actual result of what would happen if they actually did the thing that they're procrastinating. So I hope that you really heard that. Go back and listen to it again. But there are some facts in that statement I have come to discover. So whenever something's not coming into your life, whether it's money, it's your soulmate, it's more peace, more time, I don't know, whatever you want. There's something within you, I guarantee, that it would actually freak you out if you actually got that result, or you would feel extremely unworthy of it. You wouldn't be able to hold it, handle it, think that you can't manage it. You'd be afraid the other shoe is going to drop. All sorts of things. I've heard them all. I've heard them all. So, for example, you could be saying, I really want my soulmate, but you still have this deep belief that you're so afraid of getting divorced or your partner having an affair. So you won't even allow yourself to get into a place where you could have that potential kind of hurt. So you'd actually rather not have the soulmate. So you're saying, I want the soulmate. Of course I want the soulmate. But are you looking at the flip side of what could happen? And just working through those fears. And ultimately, this is such a key. I hope this really can land for you, or at least plant some seeds right now. This is really, really good. When you can get to the point where you know, even if your partner did cheat on you, even if they had an affair, and even if you got divorced, the thing that's like the last thing that you ever want to do, like you swore your whole life, no matter what, you'd wait for your person because you were not going to get divorced no matter what. So you'd wait as long as it freaking took. In that case, it's being so okay that if a divorce happened, knowing you would be okay. The more that you fear something like that, the more that you put so much pressure on the manifestation, so much pressure on the soulmate, that it's really hard for it to stay or come into your life. And so that's where it's your work. It's your work to, not condone or be okay with bending your values, if you will. But if you have this detrimental fear and you're holding on so tightly that that would be the worst thing in the world, it's not even going to be fun then to attract in your partner if you're always just worried, or in the back of your mind, what if you get divorced? So the intention with this is not to condone divorce, right? I want you to really hear me on that. The intention on this is to neutralize it and to just basically say, if that ever were the situation, then I would know I would handle it when it happens and I would be okay. You have no idea how much power you then take away from this thing, and you clear up so much energy, so much space, so much more room for your soulmate or whatever manifestation right now it is that feels really hard or really clogged to come in. So instead of wondering, why are you self-sabotaging? Why are you going on all these dates and you're still not meeting your person? I want you to really go ahead and actually write out what within you doesn't actually want the manifestation, what within you doesn't want the money, what within you doesn't want the clients, what within you doesn't want the soulmate, what within you doesn't want to go to the next step and get engaged, what within you doesn't want it. I guarantee there's parts within you that don't want it because you are afraid. Yes, you might be saying, I want it, I want it. Let's use an example, Dyson Airwrap. Oh, I want the Dyson Airwrap. Why, why can I drop, $600 on a course, $600 on this payment, 600? Why won't I drop it on a Dyson Airwrap? Because I already feel uncomfortable with men staring at me and my hair is not even done. So when I get my hair done, I always get so much male attention, and male attention doesn't feel safe. So I'd actually rather make sure my hair looks like shit every day, or just not that good, or not as amazing and beautiful as it could, because I'm trying to protect myself here. So yeah, I might say I want the Dyson Airwrap all day long, but deep down there's a part that's afraid to have my hair looking so beautiful and glamorous and sexy and getting so much attention. But can you see, when we actually look at it, that we have so much more power in the things that we haven't called in yet? So that's just an example for you to go down the rabbit hole of whatever it is that you keep saying, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want less debt, I want less debt. What are you afraid of? What's so weird or scary about having a $0 balance? Oh, well, what if then another huge medical expense comes up and then I have even more debt and I just put all that effort into paying off that debt and then I feel like I can just never get my head above water? Okay. So what you're afraid of is maybe that you have a story of you'll never get your head above water, even if you put in all this effort. Cool. Good to know. Let's start to work on that. So this doesn't need to be long. This doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be hard. Just really look at the main thing, especially that you're calling in right now, or that you keep praying for, you keep wanting, hoping, wishing. I'm sure you're listening to my podcast. It's probably your soulmate. Why? Why? Why does it feel scary? Why might you feel unworthy? What's the worst case scenario? I want you to go through and literally write all of these down, get them onto paper, rewrite your fears, write a new story. Of course, if you want to go deeper on this, actually, I have a 3-week self-love course. It's all self-study. It's modules, journal prompts, exercises, but it's basically like what I'm sharing with you on steroids. That course has changed hundreds of lives. So many people love that course. I love that course. I even take that course. It's so good. So ultimately, you're going to write out all of those things. You're going to write a new story and then rip it up, let it go. Set the intention to be done with those fears, with those stories, and watch how much quicker things start to move into your life. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to hear all of the breakthroughs. I can't wait to hear how you finally dropped the self-sabotage, how you finally dropped the procrastination, because the whole time it was just a fear of the result. And that's all that was. And then you reverse engineered it. And then, of course, you took the action steps you needed to take in order to get the result, because you're not fearing or feeling unworthy of the result anymore. So I'm sending you so much love. I'm excited to hear all of your breakthroughs. At the time of this recording, I actually am opening up some one-on-one coaching spaces. It's very rare when I do one-on-one these days. It's usually just my alumni clients. But when it comes to power, when it comes to self-love, relationship, especially relationship with yourself, if you are really wanting to step into that queen energy where you know your power, you keep your power on, and you are just a magnet for all of your desires and your dreams, and you really want me where you can talk to me every single week, you get that support from me so I can help you fine tune your energy, your patterns, your dynamics where you're playing small. If that's something that you're really looking for, then just go ahead and DM me on Instagram at Dr.Onalee and let's see if it's a fit. And by the time you hear this, if it's past when I don't have any more one-on-one openings, most likely I have a group by then, or I have some courses and master classes for you to meet you where you're at. So I look forward to serving you in some capacity. I make sure to always create offers and programs no matter where you're at. But if you're wanting to go big, I'm here for you. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.